The break. And it looks like the Rock. This is a winner side match.
This is a winner side match.
It's a winner side match. So that'll be a race to 8. And this is my man Rodney the Rocket Morris versus Jonny Martinez. We're live. And the Rock is looking dapper as usual with his new weapon of choice. He's playing with a new Cascarella. All right. Anybody who knows me knows my pet peeve is the dress code in pool tournaments. But look at my man, the Rocket. I'm just going to shout him out.
He's raising the bar for everybody, and there's something to be said about that.
When you're a professional, you dress like a professional.
Yeah, and it's something to be said about in the environment here too, because we had a warm day yesterday, and
yes, we did.
Talking about the local weather here in San Diego, they're going to have record temperatures for this day today, and we talk about an example of keeping it cool and calm under pressure. You're seeing it here today.
That's how you do it. I'm curious to see how the Rocket breaks the balls today. Sometimes he uses the cut, but he usually hits him a solid break.
It really does.
Plays that wing ball and plays position on the head ball. This is the Swanee Memorial 2016 on Cue Billiards, San Diego, California.
Day 2, and here we go.
All right. Wing ball goes flying. And the cue ball is loose. All right, we're going to get our first chance to see Mr. Martinez.
Looks like a relatively easy table. Just maneuver around and not do too much.
That's all you got to do. Just maneuver around and don't do a little bit. I think he's going to elect to play that. Let's see, maybe he might just roll up and play the 2 on the side to play the 3 on the side, or stop it there and play the 3 in the corner. But it looks like he's going around. Right.
He's taking his time. He might go off. He might go off the side rail and do the same thing with the 2 on the side.
Right.
Roll up for the 3 and the 4, and the rest is.
I like what I see so far. Very steady. No head movement. He's down on the ball good. He's playing with a Predator quiet roller cue. 3-14-2. Rolled it a little further than he used to. Maybe he's not used to the speed yet.
Could be. Shouldn't be on the rail for this shot. But
no.
It doesn't look like it's extreme difficulty.
Right.
Looking good in the 4.
Yeah.
Just going to check to see if it's a stop shot for the corner or the side.
Right. Don't play position when you have position.
Wise words.
Okay.
A little follow-up on the 6.
There you go.
Looks like you have a slight angle to come off the rail. Get on the correct side of the 7. The only thing he doesn't want to do is be dead on the 7.
Right.
You really don't need to be dead on any shot except for the final money ball.
Do you use the rail, or do you roll to the rail and roll out, or do you just float to space?
I think I float to the rail there.
When I took a lesson from Tony Robles, he said always use the rails.
Yeah.
It's easier. Takes the guesswork out. Shout out to Gail Robles and Tony Robles out there on the East Coast at Racks right now.
Tony and Gail.
Yeah, good people. And my man Upstate Al for sure. All right. I'm a little bit impressed. He looks like a little bit of sidearm, right? When he approaches the ball, it's like a little. The stance is not dead on.
He's out there a little bit.
Yeah.
He's a thin guy. And he'll elect. This is a shot I wanted to see if he was going to elect to try to come forward on it or just take the shot down in the corner pocket. So we're seeing a good display of confidence factor, especially if he makes this
exactly.
one.
And that's what I say. That the sign of a pro to me is when they just settle. They settle for shots because they know they can make it.
Good cadence, good rhythm.
That's good.
And
All right.
his butterflies are out for game 1.
That's good. He probably doesn't even know who the Rocket is. What you mean? He just came from Venezuela.
That may be true.
They don't have YouTube in Venezuela, though. I got you. Doug's being a good
Is there
sport.
any place in the world where they don't have YouTube?
Right on. Okay, this is the Rocket and Jonny Martinez. Jonny Martinez is up 1-0. Demerit for Mr. Hanna. My man Steve Guan behind the scenes is on it. He is quick and fast. Okay, Mr. Martinez to break, and this will be our first time seeing him break, and I'm going to stand up because I got royalty in the house. My man, Lucky Luke. How you doing, brother? All right. Represent Kamui Products, man. All right, Mr. Martinez to break. We're going to get Lucky Luke up in the booth a little bit later. It's going to be a first for California. All right. Yeah, Doug, he is a little sideways.
In the instruction world, we call that a little bit of a chicken wing he's got going.
There you go.
However, that's just nothing more than compensating for his anatomy. He's taller
Right.
and thinner, and he has a little bit more room to be lateral with that stroke.
There you go. Spoken like a pool instructor. Okay.
I've been known to give a lesson or two.
There you go, my brother. All right, Mr. Martinez has choices here, Mr. Whaley.
You know, it looks pretty straightforward. I think he's going to just follow this with
Two
inside
rails?
English. Probably go to the third rail, I think, to the
Okay.
side.
Towards the 3-ball?
Yeah.
Okay.
Over off that rail, just because he doesn't want to be bumping that 4-ball.
Right. Do not bump balls unless you have to.
Correct, and you don't want to leave yourself on the rail.
No.
One of my little
Pet peeves.
pet peeves, and unfortunately things that I'm still working on.
There you go.
I play good position, but I'm just shooting off the rail more than I should be. Let's see what he does here. Now, he elected to try to draw it over, and he bumped the 4.
Yeah, that's the first bad move I've seen him make right now.
Yeah, I didn't agree with that shot here. So he's got himself a lot of distance, just a very slight angle. And he's going to have to really, really force a shot here.
Right.
His angles to the rail, so one of the things he could do to increase his percentage of making the shot is force follow it, come around 2 rails,
Right.
play the 3 all the way down the long pocket.
Right. He's going to have to hit this ball well. This is a percentage. All right.
It looks like he's setting for a stun shot, though.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. He went for the stun shot and didn't have enough angle to create any more. But he could be just happy setting up for the bank.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you're ever going to be happy banking.
True. So we will learn something here.
We'll see what the young man knows.
He'll definitely roll the cue ball around 3 rails and back to the same side.
I think we're going to see a good safety shot here, unless he's electing to bank this ball and hold it up. He fired that ball like he liked it.
He's fired it, yeah. And he's back where he wanted to be.
This guy came to play, Doug.
So based on what he did with the 1 ball, I'm guessing that he'll probably just draw this, shoot
He'll
the 4
pop it
ball, and come over to the rail and play the 6 in the side.
Yeah, that'll be a good shot.
Okay, bumped the 7 ball a little, but he's still in good shape.
Yeah, he's okay.
Clear shot on the 6. Now he just has to ensure that he draws back enough so he doesn't have too much angle on the 7 where he can maintain position for the 8.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he's going to figure it out. He's very aggressive. All right, 1-2. Oh, boy. We got a treat for you now.
Hello.
You got him checking in.
Check, check. Check, check. There it goes.
All right. You know that voice, but go ahead and introduce yourself, my brother.
How you guys doing? This is Lucky Luke from beautiful Long Beach now, California.
All right.
Yes.
This is great.
How you doing, by the way,
Luke, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Doug Whaley, Cal State Fullerton alum.
Nice, nice.
Ra Hanna, School of Hard Knocks alum.
Oh, yeah.
Luke, it's a pleasure, my brother.
It's a pleasure, man.
This guy, Jonny Martinez, is from
Venezuela.
Nice.
And, a little bit of a language barrier, but the guy plays jam up.
I've been watching him over there hit some balls.
Pretty smooth, huh?
Man.
He's probably going to have to create something here at the 8 with this angle. So
He killed that ball.
yeah.
He's in trouble here.
All right, so now we're going to see the first test. Probably, I'm guessing safety, but the way he's fired the last bank, he may have the confidence to 3 to try something.
Yeah, but he knows at the other end of that spectrum is the rocket waiting.
Yeah.
So what you think, Luke? What's the play here, buddy?
You definitely don't go for it. I mean,
He's cutting this in and go around. Let Cue ball
I don't know.
loose.
That's scary. I don't think so, man. I'm thinning it.
Okay.
Maybe on the left side and trying to play it, leave the 8 up by the 9.
There's another really good shot here if you're playing a safety to come in behind the 8 ball and kick it
it
down,
up. Mhm.
possibly behind the 1 ball.
That one pocket
But
kick stick.
Correct. I don't think we'll see that here. Actually, looks like he's going to cut it. Oh, I take that back.
You want for the
No,
A little
no.
back.
I'm going to paraphrase my man, Danny DiLiberto. You mad at your money? He might have got away with it. It might be on the point.
I think I saw it bounce up a little bit. Rodney's taking a look at it.
Well, the Rocket, if there's a way to make that ball, he will make it.
Yeah. Well, he's not hesitating, so I think he's going to cut it in.
That's the Rocket.
Well, maybe not. He went for the safety because I guess it was too close to the rail.
Yeah.
Just a little on the heavy side.
Well, it's definitely an honor to be here. Not only booth with you guys, but just to be here for this tournament and what it means. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Pool is on the upswing, Luke.
Oh, I know it is. I've been saying that.
Yeah,
I've been saying
yes,
that
you
for
have.
years, man.
You're a very positive brother, my man.
Thank you.
Pool world is in for a little bit of trouble. Dynamic duo maybe has just been formed here
It is.
on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. It looked like he's loading up. He's going to draw this ball, Luke.
Nice shot there.
He took the right shot.
Yeah.
If he tried to do too much, he would have missed it and possibly scratched. So just take it. He's got the positive angle for it.
That's what those pros do. They just settle. They settle
Correct.
for the angle, They don't try to get too close, Luke. They feel they can make the ball from where they're at, so they don't try to get closer.
This shot will be a real tester for him.
I'm in a little bit of shock right here. I got my man Lucky Luke here. First met him over there in Vegas, but, man, the man is full of positive energy. And speaking of positivity, the Rocket takes that down to bring the score to 1-1. You are watching the Swanee 2016 Rodney Morris versus Jonny Martinez, all tied at 1-1. Thankful for our sponsor, Kamui Products, represented by my man Lucky Luke here, and Cheqio. If you're not familiar with Cheqio, please head to their website, www.cheqio.com. This is a CSI CueSports International production. This is Ra Hanna.
Ra Hanna, Doug Whaley.
Lucky Luke.
All right, the three amigos, we're in the building.
I believe the score is actually 2-0 because Johnny made that 9 ball and he ran out in the first one. So
Okay, so
we
it'd
have
be
2-0 Johnny.
2-0 Johnny. Didn't
So-
Rocket just make that 9 ball?
No.
Wishful thinking. The score right now is 2-0 Jonny Martinez. My man Doug Willie bringing me back to reality here. Appreciate you.
All right. Good break by the Rocket. And I think he's going to he has an open shot.
Yes, he does.
And comment on what you were mentioning earlier. Looks like he's going right into the balls flat and crushing them without doing the cut break.
Right. Yeah, Rocket, he adjusts very quickly. And, you know, I had a chance to pick his brain a little bit being on the Mez West 8 Tour, and he's a very insightful pool player.
Very much so.
People think he just plays fast, but he says he plays fast because he thinks fast, Luke.
He does. He's been there and done it, and he's done his time in practicing over the course of a 30, 40-year professional career.
Absolutely.
He's very methodical. He thinks about everything, and he knows exactly where that cue ball's going.
Yes, and he just executes.
Oscar Dominguez calls him the best center ball punch stroker he's ever seen.
Yes, I believe that. I'm going to vote for the best stroke is imminent.
I think you're, yeah, he's.
And who messing with Mika?
Yeah.
His stroke is dead, textbook, sweet.
Back to
in
back,
my opinion. I'm not going to
back.
start no flame whirls.
I know.
Yeah, back-to-back U.S. Opens kind of says something.
So, well, you know, Mr. Van Boning has something to say about that, too. Shout out to Shane and the crew.
Well, that's already a given.
Shout out to Shane. Super Saiyan mode.
I like to see Mika and Thorsten go at it. I don't
This
know
is
why,
true.
but that would be, I don't know why I'd like to. I think I'd enjoy that match.
All right. Meanwhile, the Rocket is handling his business here. A little one-railer back to the 6, and depending on the angle he gets to the 6 is where he's going to play that 7 ball.
I think he's looking good.
That's a beautiful kill shot up there, Doug.
He's going to shoot the exact same shot again on the 6 to come out for the 7.
Pop out from that rail. Doesn't want to get stuck and doesn't want to overhit this ball. He said he's feeling good with his brand new Tascarella. He said, you know, it feels right for him.
Yeah, he's very excited. He's been waiting a while for this. He and I talked about this when I had actually taken a lesson from him about 3 months ago.
That's a smart thing. You just said you took a lesson from the Rocket?
Yeah. I
Good
spent a little
move.
time on him because I just needed a little bit about my background. I am a PBIA instructor, and I've been teaching for the better part of 20 years. But there comes a time when I need some input on my own game as well, too.
If you stop
And
learning,
I
you're
decided
dead.
I wanted to go to him, and I approached a couple of guys, and Rodney was gracious enough to give me his time because
There
I
you
wanted
go.
to know how to practice like a pro and what a pro does.
Absolutely. And with that shot, the score is now 2-1. Jonny Martinez leading by 2. The Rocket does have one this time, Doug.
Does have one, and he got it from the start to the finish.
All right. This is Swanee 2016. Once again, sponsored by Kamui Products and Cheqio. This is CSI, CueSports International, Lucky Luke, Ra Hanna, and Doug Whitley.
I still can't believe I'm here, man.
Man, I'm so glad you're here, my brother. When you posted that you were moving to the West Coast, I was happy.
Me too,
I was like,
man.
good.
I like it, man.
Yeah. And now you're here, and the first time up, we get to commentate together.
That's awesome. Isn't
That's
it?
the move. That's just sweet. That's sweet, brother.
So, Luke, you're just new to Long Beach?
Yeah, I just
Okay.
moved here 5
Long-
weeks ago.
Long Beach and Fullerton have a long-standing college rivalry, so that's where I came with my comment earlier about a Fullerton alum.
Nice, nice.
All right. Mr. Martinez to break using that's a Poison V2. This look like it's well worn. This guy has played some pool.
Table 20, Victor Ignacio, Ernesto Dominguez. Table 20,
He has a little bit of the Filipino pump
He
stroke
does.
there going,
He
right?
does.
Victor Ernesto.
And he definitely took some off that break this time. He
Yes,
controlled
he
his
did.
rock,
And he
and he's
got rewarded.
Got rewarded?
this is his favorite bank shot, right? He just fired the other one.
Yeah. 3 balls on the break, and
Right. What's your thoughts here, Luke?
Depends if he wants to get aggressive or, you know, play it smart.
Right.
I mean, he can fire it in the side, come back and shoot the 4 in the corner, or if he just wants to play it safe, he can, you know, barely thin the 3, send it up by the 9, or he can thin the cue on the other side, bottom right, and send it up. I mean, there's
Yeah.
so many options.
Yeah. I like the Dominguez style, shoot the 3 to the side rail, put it up there by the 6-9 and try to float the cue ball down here under the 8. Give myself a couple of blockers just in case, even if you leave it in the open.
I think he's going for it.
I think he's
He's a
going to try to
shooter.
draw down behind him.
Styles make games. I think he's firing this bank, Doug. He's thinking about it because he has to John Brumback this angle, buddy.
Yeah, he's
Shadow.
still in comfortable banks, and
Yeah.
I know he doesn't want to give the table back up.
You can't just turn the table back to the Rocket
Yeah.
if you like your money. He's firing. Definitely firing.
Definitely. No. Looks like he hesitated a little bit at because it was a softer bank than the normal ones.
Well,
He got unfortunate there.
yeah, he did because it didn't sell out. But he's not gonna like this shot, Luke.
No.
Right away, plays safety here. One of the ones I'm thinking, you might try to shoot the 3 between the 6-9, shoot it back up table, and park the cue ball behind the 9-1 rail. Or he's going to go.
Oh.
Well, uncharacteristic of Rodney.
Yeah, something must have happened that we didn't see.
Very uncharacteristic.
And newsflash, this guy likes to shoot. So I'm looking for this guy to try to get dead out.
Table 6.
Question is, does he have a pocket?
I'm sure he'll find one. He can hit him with the one pocket bank right here.
Can't quite tell if it goes by. He's really taking his time looking at it. And Raj, you know, these pockets can be deceptive, to say the least, with the cut of the angle.
Well, I never missed the ball from the booth, so. I don't know about you, Luke.
So you're a booth man.
Yeah, that's it. Very nice shot.
Okay.
Very nice shot. All right, he's looking to punch back over and play that 6-ball. Fargo rating has Rodney Marsh ranked at a 99% chance to win this match.
Wow.
Mr. Martinez has a 1% chance. I don't think Mr. Martinez knows he has a 1% chance.
He's certainly not shooting like it.
Well, you know, technology will take its time, and once it catches up, it's a beautiful thing. Fargo rating, shout out to Mike Page. Anything that pushes pool forward is great in my book. Nothing but respect.
It'll be very interesting to see how this Fargo rating is used this year at the BCA Nationals in Las Vegas. It'll be the first time.
I think some people are going to have to leave those sandbags home.
It's going to be fun. Hopefully I can play in the 10-ball.
Oh, good bump. Good
that
bump
was nice.
by Mr.
Good
Martinez.
bump.
That was a nice shot. I love pool because every game's not the same, and styles make games. Some people, you know, they're very deliberate. Some people are super loose, and you know, it's good to see. I like the in-between mix.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's different style, shooting
Yeah.
and play. And
We were talking about his angle and his approach earlier. His style even has a little bit of Bernardo Chavez to it, where Bernardo holds out to the side almost
Right.
like that side-down approach.
Yeah. Well, here he goes, swinging 2 rails back up to the 9, maybe possibly 3.
With ease.
You know what? Maybe this guy played billiards a little bit or something for the sidearm. You know,
That could well be. I mean,
right?
Yeah.
Maybe he played a little bit of billiards.
most people in Central America and Latin America and South America are well schooled in billiards at an early age.
That's like saying the brothers like to play banks in one pocket. Yo, good to have you here, Luke.
Yeah, man, definitely.
My brother, man.
Man,
Good to have you here.
it feels good to be here.
I'm glad you're
It
here.
really does, man.
What
All
part of the East Coast are you from, Luke?
Florida.
Florida.
Well,
Okay.
Hold on one second, guys.
Johnny's taking his time on this 9-ball. It
Yeah.
has,
Is he going inside, or he's just
he's cutting it in the corner. He's just making sure where the cue ball is going to go, so it's not headed right to that side pocket.
all right? He hung it up.
He sure did.
Oh,
Well,
man.
look at this. Is he going to
Yeah.
get this table's fast enough to give him the
Yeah. He
time
might
shot
have
roll.
came all the way back around and but that's an ill-advised miss right there, brother.
Yeah.
You know, that's gonna cost him.
I think it goes back to that 8-ball. You got to look how deep you want to get on that with that 9-ball.
You know, it's a good attempt, but
He'll
it's gonna make it 2-2.
Correct. He'll remember that when that shot comes up again.
Absolutely. If you're just tuning in, this is CSI, the Swanee Memorial 2016. I'm Rahan. I'm lucky enough to be joined in booth by my man
Doug Whaley.
and my brother.
Lucky Luke.
All right, and we are sweating the Rocket versus Jonny Martinez, recently relocating from Venezuela.
Nice.
All
He
right.
plays good too. I like his style.
Yeah, his style is good.
I like his
Style's
style.
good. He's smooth, man. I
I
like
like
it.
his style.
You know, had a little hiccup right there. Nobody wants to hang up the 9, but that's a tough choice. You know,
It happens. It happens to all of us.
that's what it does.
Let's pull.
One thing we will not need is a shot clock on this match. I can guarantee you that between these two players.
All right. The Rocket using that town tip, smashing that rock.
Very uncharacteristic spread.
Yeah.
May have had a little bit of a loose ball in the front.
Right.
Because it looks like he came in with a little bit of a cut to it, but not much.
Well, I'm sure the Rocket will adjust. You know, it's not his first barbecue.
Not at all. If there's one word you can apply to Rodney, it would be unflappable.
This is true. I think the room is a little loud.
Well, it leaked out a little bit there.
Yeah, well struck ball, just the cue ball kept on rolling out into the edge.
Right.
If he contacts any of those balls, Rocket's in danger. But now, and here we go.
Off to the races.
One opening.
All right.
As they say.
Favorite part of the game, get to see Rocket open up that stroke right here to get down to this 3, Luke.
I love this shot. I've always liked this shot. I'm not saying I always do it, but I love this shot.
He's just effortless when he hits the ball. It's very clean, the Rocket.
And so now we're going to see how he's doing today.
Yeah. Just dead perfect.
It's going to be a little tricky here.
Yeah, he still has work to do right here, Luke. If I look for him.
Go ahead, Ron.
No, I'm just thinking he when he has these little tricky positions, he usually attacks it. He doesn't.
Looks like he's following this one here.
You see what I mean? He attacks it. That's what he does.
Oh,
He got a little, you know.
Got a little unfortunate.
Well, I'm gonna have to disagree with you fellas when you say he got a little unfortunate, because he had the option of where he made the cue ball contact those balls or when he hit them. So if he would have hit it to one side or the other, he would have ended up with a shot. You know what I mean? So
I would agree with you there.
yeah, a straight
I couldn't
pull player.
tell if he was able to go around the 7, come back up for the side and pocket, but he elected otherwise.
I was just gonna say, a straight pool player, they do that good, and one pocket players, they know how to pick off those balls. A great example of that would be the line, Alex Pagaline, just picking balls out when he plays straight pool. He doesn't blast them, you know. He attacks it, you know.
One at a time.
That's exactly.
They
right.
add up.
Yes, they
Just
do.
like in one pocket. People
For
like
sure.
it one at a time. Unless you're Scott Frost.
Yeah,
or
for
Efren,
sure.
you know.
Yeah. Shout out to Mr. Frost out there, doing his thing. That was a very nice thing he did for you.
Did
Shout
you
out
see
to
that?
Scott Frost. Yes, I did.
He bought me a TV.
Yeah, that's my brother, man.
Man.
My brother. There's love in the pool world. You just have to be in the correct vicinity.
You're right, man. I told him anytime he wants to come to Hard Times and play in an event, me casa, see you casa. So
You're a good dude, man.
it's for you too.
All right, now.
So
Well, Mr. Martinez doesn't like this leave here, Doug.
He's got decisions on this one. He can roll it straight in the side and be good on the 7, or he can elect to cut it down in the corner. It's a matter of which pocket he likes right now on this one.
I think myself personally, I would cut it in the corner, because then you have the natural angle of coming back to shoot the 7.
Correct.
If you're trying to put the 6 in the side, you got to hit it with a little bit of a baby stroke and leave yourself at the mercy of the table. When faced with the odds of me rolling it or me putting a good stroke on the ball, I'm always going to put a good stroke most of the time.
you're right, man. Try to play the natural angle.
Yeah, brother, right?
Of the cue ball.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
It'll just flow back and he could be on the 7 with no problem.
And he's playing the bigger pocket.
Yeah.
He appears to be shooting in the corner.
Pocket speed.
Oh,
A little bit off on this one.
you know what? Yeah,
And-
because he got off that ball.
Yeah.
He did not stroke that ball how he stroked the rest of those balls. A little tentative. That's what I'm trying to say. He was
Now when the
tentative
6
on
came
stroke.
down, it caught the corner titty and came back, so it changed the angle on this shot for Rodney. So he's going
right.
to come with the stroke here.
He caught the corner point.
Caught the corner point, rolled back to the side rail instead of staying out open.
He's going to swing this around. Rocket's good at this shot.
Yeah.
Look,
Uh-oh.
he
He
got
went
a little
rail.
gun shy.
He went
Got-
rail first, and
got a little
I
gun
don't
shy.
think it was.
He got a little gun shy. He came up short on his position, and you know, it's a match. We got action. That's the best thing.
2 rail kick here. How clean is that?
Look at this guy.
How clean is that, folks?
That'll come from
I'm
it.
sorry. Did we say he got out of line, Luke?
Oh,
That's the difference, man. Those pros that get out of line, Luke, they still get out.
I know.
They find a way. We get out of line, it's Rap City.
We lose the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you'll also notice, too, he took about as much time as that as he did on the other 3 shots.
You know, I want to give him credit and say that, you know, he just got up there with his swagger, but it was a little bit of frustration in that from failing to obtain that optimal position.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, we get to watch some good pool. Score 3-2. What'd you do the honors there, Luke? Let them know about these sponsors.
Yes. Kamui, which is who I actually work for.
Shout out to John Bertone.
Yes, thank you. And Masato. Cheqio. If you haven't tried it yet, you can go on Cheqio.com. We're going to have it at the expo.
Okay.
Also, we're going to be giving away tons of cans.
Sweet.
So stop by the booth.
I'll be out there, too. On the wire, we have our booth out there, so I'll see you out there, brother.
Yes, it's going to be amazing.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Good times.
And come on by the Kamui booth, too.
I will.
We're going to have 4 booths
Nice.
with a 9-foot diamond in
We
the
can't
center.
afford 4. We have 2. On the wire and pool is not there, but we'll be out there. Come check us out.
Nice. Well, here goes Johnny to break.
All right. Nice
Right.
break.
He killed that rock.
Stuck the
perfect,
rock.
didn't
And he's good. It looked like it's open and available, Doug. Good shot.
Absolutely. Looks golden here. The 3 ball's a little interesting. Looks like the 4's blocking, so we'll see if he elects to play it in the corner or try to come around.
It's a nice layout, though.
Yeah.
I like this layout.
He has to choose where he's going to play that 3 ball. That's his problem.
On this shot, I always go too far short. I always try to play it in the right corner. I mean, I play it in the left corner.
Mm-hmm. You see right
No,
there?
I think it made it a little more difficult than he desired to.
Right. Because that's no man's land right here.
Yeah. Sometimes when you keep it very simple.
Right. I don't know. He might just jump out the window and play this 3-4 count.
Could be. Play your 2 for 1 here.
Right. But it's a little. I don't know. It looks a little funny, but he might just cut this in and go up and down, bump the 4 and get shape.
It might be interesting to see what he's going to do from there.
I'm always here to learn.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if he's going to put a bank shot on the 3 and throw the cue ball to the bottom rail and possibly behind the 6.
He better call Chase or wherever his money at, because there ain't going to be no more there. His wallet is gone.
He's cutting this ball, isn't he?
Yeah. Played my shot. He played that 4 ball.
I don't agree with the risk versus the reward on that.
Right.
I think the
Well-
risk outweighed it. The reward is there, certainly, but the risk was...
Well, the thing is, you know, you're playing a great player, and you don't want to let off the gas pedal. You're trying to get, you know, you feel like he should have won that last game, and he let it slip away from him because Rodney just kicked that ball in.
Rodney's up 3 and is about to go up 4, pending any acts of God here. Perfect shape. All of his shape is usually for center ball action. He very rarely has to play much.
Rodney plays the middle of that table. Just that's his sweet spot because he's such an excellent shot maker. He's like, okay, if I'm in the middle of the table, I'm good.
That's a sweet cue he's got, too.
The Tascarella is pretty nice.
Perfect.
I love the sound the balls make when they hit them good.
Yes. Are you playing in this?
No. I never miss a ball from here. And my entry fee is always covered.
And the Rocket Man is now up 4-2.
There you go. And our Rocket is holding it down.
And the break.
Once again, this is Swanee Memorial 2016, a CSI CueSports International production, sponsored by Kamui Products and Cheqio. If you don't know what Cheqio is, you can check them out at www.cheqio.com. This is Ra Hanna with Lucky Luke and Doug Whaley sweating the Rocket versus Jonny Martinez.
Ra, I don't know what Cheqio is. Give me the Cliff's Notes real quick.
Okay. Cheqio, okay, it helps you focus and concentrate. Okay, it comes in either liquid form or in a capsule. And I promise you it works. I used it in Vegas for the first time, and I was blown away. Just the concentration and focus. I will not play in a tournament without taking it now. It's unbelievable, and it's hitting the pool industry by storm.
I know
really is.
That is endorsed by Darren Appleton and a couple other
Yes,
people.
Nick Vandenberg, Florian Kohler. It's not only just pool, but it's poker.
Right.
Poker players are taking it.
Can you
Dart
share where
players.
it's purchased at?
You go on Cheqio.com.
Cheqio.com. Okay.
And it's
Well, I will definitely be reviewing that.
I'll see Luke at the expo and make sure I get a little dose.
yes. We're gonna have like a ton of cans to be given away, like tons.
Terrific.
Good.
A very nice flat paper at the Rocket. It's
right.
got an open shot to the 2.
It's kind of tight quarters there, Doug.
A little tight, but it goes. He's not going to hesitate. He's just deciding on how he
You
wants
sure
to
he's
play
not
it.
going to play that 6?
No.
Okay.
No. Looking at the table from our end, I don't
That's
see
it right in?
He just wants to make sure he doesn't clip the 5 ball.
Good call.
And he's off the rail. Any pool player wants to be a little bit better off the rail, but
The Rocket realized he fell a little short on his position, but he's such a great shot maker, even though this is difficult.
he'll adjust to this one because this is the shot that decides this rack.
Right. Might be the shot that decides the match.
You know who plays the best on the rail? I think one of the best I've ever seen.
Who's that?
Danny Smith. Do you know Danny?
Yeah, Shredder.
He plays on the rail better than anybody I've ever seen.
Well,
Jacked up shots, everything. It's unbelievable.
he needs to play in the game that he plays.
I know.
Well, that's fortuitous, Luke, because we just saw a rail shot. Now we're going to see a jacked up shot.
How about that?
Rocket is showing us the repertoire in one rack.
However, this is an advantage for Rodney because you can tell he's left-handed, so he won't be jacked up that much over the 9 versus if he's right-handed with his bridge hand.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. He's definitely going to attack this shot. He's not going to shy away from it. And what a good
Just
stroke
as
he put on
clean as
that
it can
ball.
be.
And
Well,
he's
be careful
out of
here.
shape again. I think the Rocket's going to have to. The Rocket's going to go for it. He's going to. Another kick is coming.
He's
'Cause
going to
out of shape
decide.
there.
Well, he's left-handed, and it's a small jump, so
Yeah, he's good at that shot too.
it could be just enough of a masse. And he got it.
He had
inside.
enough.
Man, that was a good exhibition of 3 difficult shots that the Rocket just got down there.
In one match.
Yes, he did. One right after another.
Standard back and forth, and even the correct angle on the 8.
That was a beautiful sequence of ball shot here. Display of professionalism and skill.
Rocket 5-2, having won 4 in a row.
Rocket looking to sneak in.
He's feeling a little loose.
At the other table, he just deferred to the Rocket. He said, "Okay, Rodney."
That's awesome.
All right, Rocket moves ahead 5-2. Mr. Martinez, a couple of bad decisions for him.
The whole momentum change in the match.
Yes,
we
it
see
does.
it all the time.
Absolutely.
He has to
Absolutely.
answer here.
Yes.
We need to see a break and run, or at least complete and total control of the table. Or he is going to be thinking about this match for a few.
That's absolutely correct. But to his benefit, Jonny plays good. He doesn't seem to be rattled a little bit. He just made a couple of bad decisions. And the Rocket make a play, or as Salvatore would say, he got charged. Make a mistake, you get charged.
Is Sal here?
Yes, he is.
Nice. I love all the love all the California pool players have been showing me since I moved out here, man. It's like, very grateful.
Yeah, it's a good community out here. Shout out to all the pool supporters in California.
I love it, man. It's like Florida, a lot of love.
There you go.
A lot of love.
Glad you're here, man.
Me too.
We're not letting you go back.
I know. I'm stuck here.
Yes, you are. All right, Mr. Martinez with a chance to play a 1 rail here to get on this 3 ball.
Well hit ball.
You see the difference between how he struck that ball and how he struck the balls that he missed? night and day.
Correct.
That 2-ball he shot down when he tried to cut it to the corner, he did not hit it with that stroke.
No.
And I'm not talking about the velocity. I'm just talking about the pureness of the stroke.
Commitment.
There you go.
That's the word. You got to commit to your shot. And
Yeah.
we all sometimes don't do
Of course.
commit.
Of course.
You have to, though.
You have to believe.
Very nice smooth stroke on that one. Jacked up.
He's feeling it.
Yeah, the kid,
He's feeling
you know,
good.
he doesn't really, there's not a lot of dog in him. He's just here to play.
I like his style.
Yeah. He's just looking to go another little one rail here, get on that 7, and make sure he finishes the job. You don't want to leave any scraps on the table for the Rocket.
No, you don't.
A little back and forth here. Less than optimal angle. He could have got
Could have
put
been a little
more
better.
spin. Yes, he could have straightened that ball out.
Just
a
got
little
to
more.
take his time with this. It's
Exactly.
not the worst shot. That's important.
Good
shot
game.
there.
Nice
Play.
shot. Good
Beautiful
execution and a
shot.
good answer.
That's right, and that makes it
5-3
for the Rocket.
with the Rocket breaking.
With the Rocket breaking.
But as mentioned earlier, Rodney is unflappable, so he's just basically looking to hold serve on his break right now.
I think it's a time with professionals. They've been there, done that so much. It's more pressure, internal pressure that they put on themselves to perform.
Absolutely.
Because they know the level that they're supposed to perform at. And Rocket knows he's not supposed to be snooker himself and leaving himself tough. But you know what? To his benefit, he did, and he persevered.
Yes, you did.
3 tough shots, Luke, last round.
I know that was a great match.
Yeah.
That was a great game.
That's right. Good teaching moments in that rack. And there you go.
Now let's see.
That's the break I was talking about, Doug.
And as he got himself a shot in the 2,
I don't know.
I think you can see the 2. Does it go by the 4?
I don't know. Luke, you might have a better
I'm not
angle
sure.
than me, but
I don't think it goes past the
I
4.
don't think so. Well, if it does, I think we're going to see the cue ball parked behind the 4 ball and the 2 go. He might go for the 2-9 here, to be honest with you.
or he might gin him behind that 4 ball and put the 2 up table.
Wow, nice. That's the shot.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
I can. If he doesn't hit this ball, I can tell you what's coming next.
Yeah, Rocket's going to run out these balls.
Yeah.
He's going to run out right to the 2-9, Luke.
Yeah, he hates these 6-inch combos.
All right. Okay. I think this guy plays billiards. I'm going to go out on the limb. I say he hits this ball right in the face, Luke.
Yeah, he might make this 9 ball.
I say he hits this ball right in the face. Let's see. He went after it. You know what? He might have been. He figured if he didn't hit it, maybe he moves the 9.
Yeah, clip the 9, get it out of the way.
Because he came hard and on top
did.
of that.
I'm sure that's what he wanted
The
to
one
do.
thing I do, I like this guy's style. I really do. Rocket gets an early birthday present right there to make it 6-3. But you know, you turn those rolls around,
Yep.
and it'd be Mr. Martinez up. But the thing is, you know, that's what they do, Luke. They just adjust. Fargo rating.
I bet you I'm like a 2 on the Fargo.
Man, I'm the invisible man on Fargo.
Oh. But I do like his style, though.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with get up there and doing what you need to do. It's all learning opportunities when you're playing somebody better than you.
And that break Cue is totally seasoned.
We've heard that before. Sounds like something we'd say about Rafael Martinez. That's a man who plays the seasoned Q2.
Look
Yes,
at
he
that.
does. It's got some miles on it, Luke.
I know. That's a cue of love.
That's
That's what that means. It's been loved.
Yes, it has. He hit those balls pretty solid.
Yeah, he hit them a little harder than the last couple of breaks.
I wonder if they have the magic rack in Venezuela.
That's a good question.
How you like that? All right, that's trivia right there.
That's a good question.
All right.
Someone needs to find out for us.
Somebody with about 2,000 magic racks.
That's right. We're going to start import-export over there. Okay. Do you guys think he's going to duck here, or what do you think is going to happen?
I think he's going to take every shot more critically now than he has in the past. So I don't think he's banking. I think he's ducking for sure. And that shows you why I'm sitting in the booth.
No, that just shows you his creative choices.
Correct.
He feels that, he's not going to win by ducking.
Correct. I
So
couldn't tell if he
had
could make
an
that bank.
opportunity.
if the two
He
was
had an
in the way.
opportunity, aggressive opportunity, took advantage of it, and he feels that, he has to shoot to beat the Rocket. Rocket's not just going to turn it over to him.
No, he's looking good here.
He's got to play.
Yeah.
This looks like like he's going to force fall with 3 rails.
This guy came to play, Doug.
Yeah. Well, there's no stopping after you come with the shot on the 1 ball. You finish what you started.
No, his mental attitude is strong, and that's what I like to see. That's he made a couple of mistakes, but he said, okay, I'm going to adjust.
Yeah. He's in a position where he certainly has to hold serve as well.
Absolutely.
And wait for Rodney to
Swing
give him
it
an
to
opening,
us.
which I don't think is going to happen. But stranger things have happened.
The pace where he's at right now, that's where he lives. He plays at this fast clip, and that's why I think he's at his most dangerous. When he has to ponder a little bit, and anybody who gets off their pace is going to affect your game. But at this level, it affects you just a little bit more.
You ever notice you in a good pace, and then you got to wait for someone to shoot on the other table, show courtesy, and then you lose the pace a little
That's
bit.
right.
You do.
You're like, oh.
That's right. And that puts Mr. Martinez at 4 and the Rocket at 6, 2 away. Rocket breaking to get on the hill here. This is the Swanee Memorial 2016 at Cue Billiards in La Mesa, California. It's a Kamui and Cheqio sponsored event. This is CSI, CueSports International. I'm Ra Hanna.
Doug Whaley.
Lucky Luke.
All right.
We got some new products coming up at the expo too, man. I'm pretty
Oh,
excited.
my brother. Yes, I can't wait to see that.
Oh man, we got some new stuff coming out.
You seem a little excited, my brother.
I'm really excited.
All right.
I can't wait.
That's how I like it.
Any previews, any hints, any clues?
Yeah, I can. We're working on the new Gator Grip. I actually have an old. Let me see what I got here.
Good break by the Rocket. Stuck that.
Look at this 3 ball held to 1 ball. Well, maybe not. Maybe he didn't need to.
He has a pocket. The Rocket, he's he looks focused. He looks like he's not super dialed in right now, but he looks focused, like he's going to work.
His break has definitely improved from
Right.
the first 3 racks.
Like, if I had to rate his game, I think he's playing his B game right now. Or maybe low
Well,
A.
I'll give him a B plus after the
Okay.
2 rail kick on the 7.
All right.
That requires some attention.
If you had a chance to hear that, Mr. Martinez is from Venezuela, and his road partner had to explain to him that it was not a foul, that his choice either to leave the ball or to replace the ball.
He's deciding right now whether he wants to try to punch it up and down or to follow it with 2 rails English.
He'll just smooth this right in and get up
Yeah,
there.
he went with 2 rails. He's good.
He loves those shots. when I first started watching him, it's tough to commentate for the Rocket because he just
When you think he's going to do one thing.
yes, it'd be a one railer and he hits a 5 railer and gets perfect. He just likes to feel comfortable.
And he's one of the best dressed guys in pool. So are you, sir.
Hey, brother, I try, man. You know, if I want somebody else to do it, I have to do it first.
Oh, yeah.
You want to be an ambassador for the game? Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Be about it. That's why I got my beard. I guess that helps.
There you go. Get you some character.
And we've had a very warm room here in La Mesa the last 2 days, folks, so there's something to be said about his attire and keeping cool under pressure.
Thank you there, Doug. All right, the Rocket.
I was talking about Rodney.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Rodney. Good looking out. Well, the Rocket is just going about business as usual. He's going to make sure that he takes this rack and gets on the hill. And there's a little more pep in his step right here.
He's smelling it.
Smelling the finish line. And that's what those pros do. They close out. If you had a little bit of hope, he's trying to take it all.
Looks like that's going to be it for that one.
Yeah, it looked like business as usual, Luke.
Rodney doesn't like to feather the ball too much.
No, he
so
does
goes
not.
back and forth and keeps that pace up. Rocket Man, 7-4 on the hill.
He is on the hill right now. And, you know, Johnny broke and ran out last, right?
He did.
I'm looking for him to do it again.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You got to take advantage, man. When it's your
Yeah.
break, you have to take advantage of the.
Yeah. And the reason I asked the question about the Magic Rack, because there is a definite science to breaking with the Magic Rack as opposed to a wood rack.
Mm-hmm.
Any template rack has its quirks, and you have to figure them out.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Like everybody in the United States knows that the wing ball is dead, and you play shape for the one.
Correct. And you always want to be sure the one ball doesn't roll off on the first 2 balls behind it. It can, but it will change the rack.
Right.
Oh, you have the L. You ever heard of the L in one ball?
No. Educate me, brother.
You got to make sure, like, the one ball and then the next 2 balls down.
Oh, of course.
Either side and then over.
Yeah.
As long as those are frozen,
You're good.
you're good.
Sounds like a little bit of Joe Tucker in here.
It is.
All right, then.
That is from Joe Tucker.
Shout out to Mr. Joe Tucker.
Yes.
I have every product that man made.
Yes.
Laser beams, third eye stroke trainer, guaranteed improvement. Joe Tucker does great things. And shout out to American Rotation.
Absolutely.
Yes, great game.
And when Joe Tucker's newest product was the 60-minute rail workout.
Yeah.
Outstanding. I was very fortunate to receive a copy of that courtesy of Joe. Professional courtesy, one instructor to another. And
All
I
right.
tell you, he's got some amazing stuff going on there. It will change your game.
He's just a good guy, too.
He really is.
He
He's
really
great
wants
for
to
pool.
do things for pool. You know what I mean? How can you knock somebody like that? Okay, the Rocket's going to have to let a little rocket fuel out here and show us a little bit of stroke.
It's going to be a good fall punch stroke.
Oh,
Look at this.
stop it. Okay,
for-
Luke, did he play that 9 ball?
No. I hope he didn't. He was trying to get around
He's trying
it.
to get around it.
Yeah.
One thing we shouldn't lose here in our commentary is the fact that Johnny came up dry on his break for the first time in this match.
Yes,
at
he
a
did.
very critical time. And he's fortunate to be coming back to the table right now.
You know, Rocket walks away shaking his head a little bit because he knows that, you know, he shouldn't have ran into that 9. He knows bumping balls will get you broke.
And
That's a good little speed shot right there, ladies and gentlemen.
looks like it'll go. Looking at the table, it looks a little better than it does looking on camera.
I think
He's
he
certainly
has
taking his time on this.
Right.
It's a pretty good critical shot, and you can't float over on the left behind the 8 ball.
He's going to have to hit this with a good stroke. He can't be tentative on this ball.
That was about as perfect as you can get.
How about that, Doug?
Sweet.
These guys are warriors. He didn't come here to get second.
He may be down, but he's far from out.
Swinging 2 rails tight again.
I like the speed of his shots. I haven't seen him leave himself on the rail with the cue ball for position very, very much.
after the first time we left himself jacked up.
Yeah.
Now he's on it. And you can tell this guy can put the work in.
And playing straight up and down for the 8 and the side. Probably travel a little further than he wanted. We'll just do the same shot again.
Yeah, this guy's a shooter, though. Dude, he's like the 9's by a pocket. I'm good. Just got to get to the middle of the table. I'll have a shot.
He's not out, I'll tell you that.
No.
And we have 7-5
There
for
you
the
go.
Rocket Man.
Says it ain't over.
And then over to the Fat Lady Sings.
To quote my man Rocky Balboa, I ain't hear no bell.
I didn't hear no bell.
He's ready. Okay, what things you got coming up, Luke? Where are they going to hear you next, bud?
Man, well, the Expo, we got the new bridgehead is going to come out.
Nice.
The new Gator Grip, the one I just showed you.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
The cool thing about the Gator Grip is, you don't actually scuff any tip off.
Right.
So your tip's going to last longer. All it does is bring the leather up in the tip.
Absolutely.
So it holds chalk.
Yes.
We're also starting, I'll get more into detail, it's a serial number system for our tips. And that prevents all counterfeit Kamuis
There you go.
worldwide. We've been working on it for 4 years.
Shut them down.
Wow.
Nice to be in the know. Well, the Rocket has his work cut out for him again here, Doug.
The one of the two is tricky. I can't quite tell if he can see enough of the two to put it in. Looks like he can, but he's got a pretty steep angle here.
Rocket has that good spin stroke. He's going to kill this ball right there.
He's gonna. What's he gonna do? He's gonna think about this. It's on his offhand.
Bridging.
I guess if he just kills it with inside and floats over, you probably have enough too. That certainly seems to be his confidence level.
A little bit of inside juice.
Gotta tell you, on
Gotta
TV,
get these four. That 3 to 4 is going to be tough for him to get back. Shallow by the fine too. Yeah, see.
Just
There
to
he goes.
say, he looks really, really good with that wrap. Very, very old school cue there.
Tascarel's a classic.
It sure is. So now he has a little more angle. Me thinks he might have to come with a vicious punch shot to miss the 7 and go across the table twice.
Get your cameras out. We're going to see some speed here.
I don't know if he's going to force follow it with inside English, but I think looks like he's going to punch it back. He tried to nick it, and he came out smelling like a rose.
Well, yeah, this is pool. Nobody's going to win a tournament without
That's
luck.
right.
So,
Good efforts will get good results, and that was an excellent effort.
there you go. Checking to see if the 6 goes past the 9 in the opposite pocket.
Mm-hmm. He wants to get down there enough. He definitely doesn't want to cross. He doesn't want to bump this 9 ball here, but
I don't think he has a choice unless he
Yeah,
draws
he's
past
gonna-
it. He might
gonna-
looking at the danger zone. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. Manufacturer has
he
itself
knows
a
where it's
shot.
going to go. Sure, and he's
Yeah.
got the angle, so I think you better cue that microphone up for the fat lady here.
Well, she's in the deck. She's not here till these balls are in the hole. Slides right over. That's a nice little pinch draw there, Doug.
Once again, he's as inflappable right now as he was in the first game.
They don't call him the paper
The
airplane.
Rocket Man.
They call him the Rocket. All right. Rodney Morris.
Good match there.
Yes, it was. Takes down a game, Jonny Martinez. I don't think we saw the last of that guy. That guy can play.
He can shoot.
I think later on today we're going to see that guy, Jonny Martinez, he's a good player.